and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Baker now on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Try.
Back to throw. Baker looking here for Smith downfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Switch up. Check 37. Yup. What do you want? Hayward. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
To throw is Baker, operating from the gun. It's caught, Smith. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
He's side right. You got three down. Out. Watch twist. Hey, switch gears.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. Here we go. You got tight. Pilot, 64, we grip.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 10-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Check, ready, to mine. Check, 55 to mine. Hey.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Check 99. 54 is Mike. 54. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 3 buns.
Baker throwing on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Stevens.
Complete to number 48. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Cowboys.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. That's it. Mike's 54.
Looking to throw. Baker. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Now they try the right side here. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? Back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
He's coming. You draw quarter. Shit. Watch the safety creep. Hey, alert 3. Rush in. Ready.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
The 16-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Cowboys.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. We're scoreless after 1.
Ready. 57 Mike.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That's it. Big hit.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
Here we go.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
From the gun, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Palmer. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check 9.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Push him back.
Here's Baker to throw on third down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Second and 4.
Go! 8 feet. Leo! Shoot!
Now they try the right side here. He can't get him down. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Set. 60 outlaw. Check. General West. Step.
On 3rd and 2, Lawrence. And some room to work. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Come on, set.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Check Mike 46. Check Mike 46. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. 46 to Mike, 46. Here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll find Everett there, complete. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
He's coming, double up.
2nd down and inches. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hustle. Show it up.
Back to throw. Baker. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
At the 33-yard line.
Set, ready. Take the Pittsburgh. 54. 81. Come on. It's out time. Hatch it. Undercrush.
Looking to throw. Baker. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Oh, he shifts past him. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Baker on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Baker now, off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
To throw is Baker on third down. And that's caught by Smith. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
All day, every day, any day.
Now a handoff looking right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Baker to throw on 2nd down. He's going to take a shot, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Second and 9 now from the 21.
Under 10. Crystal, Travis. 52. Five.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 25-yard line.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. 30 base. Move.
From the gun, Lawrence. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go. Let's bring it. It's great.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Let's go now. Now the room. Hey, eat. I'm coming.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. 15 lines. 15 lines. It's our time. Whip. Watch the whip. Check nickel. Protein spill. Snap.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence. And this is incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Palmer. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Double time. 4 down. Mike, 55.
Looking to throw. Baker looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Throwing on 1st down. Lawrence. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Vikings' 26-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Check. Lucky. Check 26. 6-6. Pull it high. 57. Come on. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 13. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. Got some room at the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Hey, go.
On first down, Lawrence. A little short pass. This is Everett. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
64, weak. Hey, exit. Ready.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
Let's get it.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Ready. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Squeeze. 6 guys.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Baker throwing again. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Baker taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right?
Touchdown, Cowboys! A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Now Baker from the gun, he'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Looking to throw. Baker. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
8-3. Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
Now they try the right side here. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
You draw closer. Look at me. Door.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
General West.
Safety's creeping.
Shit.
They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Right back to him on first down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get cute and try and get 2 plays, because if you try that, that's all you're going to get is 1, and it won't be a 1 towards the end zone.
How will they handle it? Let's find out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10. At the Cowboys' 39-yard
Right there,
line.
55. Hey, tighten down, man.
Now a handoff looking right. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup where that team just has better strength than you in certain areas, this is how it ends. So I don't think it's a total loss of a season, but obviously didn't get where they wanted to go.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Squad like what in the field like